Okay, welcome everybody to my channel. This is another day, another discussion, and today we're going to talk about a topic that really kind of gets, a lot of people ask this question, and it's a great question. There's a lot of people that have this, they're having issues with credit and maybe applying for a credit card or also just any type of loan. And the question is, can I get a credit card with no credit history? That's the topic of today. This is what I want to share with you. Can you get a credit card with no credit history? Typically, when you apply for credit, whether it be a credit card or whether it's a loan or some type of, financing that you need to borrow some money from some type of institution. Typically, yes, you're going to need credit. You're going to need a credit history. You're going to need a good credit score. You're going to need a good credit profile. You're going to make sure, when an institution is going to lend you money, they are going to require certain criteria that they have, the expectations, so to speak. There's expectations that they have, such as, do you have a job? Can you make the payments if they give you money? What is your credit payment history? What is your utilization rate on all your credit? What is your credit history? Are you a good creditor? Are you someone that has a reputation of taking out loans and paying them back? If you have quality notes on all of those items, then you're most likely are going to be able to get a loan. However, same aspect, if you have negative items or negative topics on subjects on your report, then it's going to hinder yourself from getting a credit application approved. Such as if you're constantly late, it'll show up on your credit report. If you're borrowing too much money and your debt to income ratio is too high, then that's going to be a flag. If you have too many inquiries in a certain amount of time, that's going to be a flag. If you have too many outstanding payments or outstanding credits that maybe you have collections, charge-offs that are on your report, negative items are going to prevent you from getting a loan or prevent you from getting credit or a mortgage or a construction loan or a student loan or something along those lines. So you want to make sure that your credit report is up to standard, that it's good to go, that it's squared away, because what's going to happen is they're going to look at that. When you apply for a credit card, they're going to look at that and they're going to see if you're worthy, if you have credit worthiness, if you are a client that they would like to take on, that they have trust in you, that they can loan you a certain amount of money, and that you have the ability to pay it back. That's what they're looking for. So if your credit report shows a ton of negative items, then it's just going to hinder yourself. So you want to make sure that you're good to go. With that said, can you get a credit card with no credit history? And the answer is yes, you can. You actually can without a credit history. It would be better if you had a credit history, if you had a credit longevity, if you had good marks on your credit report. That would be better. However, there is an understanding in the credit industry that a lot of people have to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. Maybe if you're a young adult, maybe if you're fresh out of college, or you're just entering the workforce of some sort. You're no longer under the wings of your parents. You're on your own, so to speak. You need to get a place to rent. You need to get a car. You have a job. You need to, get involved with this whole credit activity that we're all part of. So with that said, there is a beginning where you need to start establishing credit, so you can borrow money on your own. And with that said, yes, you can get a credit card with no history. And the easiest way to do that is what is called a secure credit card. So it is a credit card. You can go on to many of the larger credit companies such as Chase, Capital One, Citibank, whatever. You can go on these companies, and most of them offer what is called a secured credit card. It is a credit card, but with it, it's because you haven't had the luxury of establishing a good credit history. You don't have that. Therefore, you're kind of starting off new. So with that, it is very possible that they can give you a credit card with no credit history, but they want you to have skin in the game. And with that, they require what is called collateral in the form of a deposit, right? They require collateral on your side, which is in the form of deposit. What does that mean? So let's say you don't have any credit. You don't have any credit cards. You have very little credit history, if any, and you want to start establishing credit. So what you could do is you could apply for this credit card, a secured credit card. They may give it to you, but they're going to ask you for a deposit. Example, if you put in $500 into this account, I'm just going to use Chase as an example. You give Chase $500 and they receive it and they know you have little or no credit. They will allow you to use a credit card just like a Visa or a MasterCard, but your limit would be the amount of money that you put in. So if you put in 500, then your credit limit is 500. Now you can use it like a credit card. You can go into the restaurant, you can go get groceries, you can get fuel for your automobile, you can use it for clothing, whatever it is that a Visa is accepted. So you could use it, but your limit is going to be the amount of money that you put in. Now, if you're wise with it and you are smart with it and you treat this with responsibility, maybe you use $200 a month and then you pay it off. You pay it back. Maybe the next month you use it for $400, but you pay it back. So you're using it, but you're paying it and you're not missing payments and you are being responsible with this. If you do that type of credit history within that card, you will get rewarded in time that they may bump you up to a normal credit card where they would give you a higher credit limit, maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000. And so you are proving to them that you have the ability to maintain good credit. So you can use it as often and as much as you need to, but when you pay it back, it shows good marks on your credit report. And with that said, they will treat you as a client in good standing. So then therefore they may offer you another type of a credit card. Does that make sense? So you're establishing this credit, and then in time, maybe you jump from the secured credit card to a non-secured credit card. A non-secured credit card is the step above where you don't need to put any type of collateral or deposit. So they're just giving you a credit card with a higher limit, and you're responsible with that. Well, in time, you can build yourself up to another credit card, or you may be able to even borrow money on a loan so that you can start a business or go get a home. So when you start establishing this credit, you can now take this credit history. You know, your credit report will show your good standing. It'll show your the good transactions and then the good payment history that you have, and you're starting to build your credit score. Well, in time, now you can take your credit, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, you can take your credit history and then you can apply for a larger loan, such as a home loan, where you may need hundreds of thousands of dollars to borrow, right? So that's how you get into this stepping stone of good credit. And so with that said, yes, you can get a credit card with no credit. It's called a secured credit card, not a regular credit card. There's secured and there's unsecured. So no credit history, you can get a secured credit card. Treat it responsibly, and then you can get yourself into an unsecured credit card. So that's kind of the path you want to go if you're just starting to learn and know about credit. But you got to be really responsible. You got to take this stuff seriously, because if you don't, it will affect your credit for a long time. For example, late payments and charge-offs and collections stay on your credit report for 7 years. So you do not want to mess this up. It's a wonderful thing, but you want to be careful with it and be wise with it. So I hope this helps. I hope that this helps you in your credit journey. And if you need help with your credit report, maybe it's already in distress and you need someone to help you to fix it, go ahead and give me a call. If you're watching this on Instagram, direct message me. If you're watching this on YouTube, send me an email. I'd love to work with you. We fix people's credit all the time, and I know we can fix yours. So just reach out to me if you need that. And thank you for watching this video, and I appreciate your time. And for more